What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about those 10 live service games coming from Sony. I know this is about, a day and a half late. This happened, I believe, on the 1st at night, or even like the 2nd at the earliest point of the morning you could possibly get. And this came in, Sony's, investor call or investor meeting. And there was a couple big things that came from it, but one of the biggest things is that, obviously they talked about Bungie a little bit, but that they're planning on releasing 10 live service games by March 31st, the last day of March 2026. So over the next 4 years, they will be releasing 10 live service games. They also talked about how basically branching out, that this is not just going to be a PlayStation thing anymore. They're going to put it on other, platforms. Take that, I guess, as you will, whether it's PC or maybe they put it on other things in general, and go from there. So I wanted to have this talk because I was kind of planning on doing a video like this anyway, where I want to talk about Sony's strategy, right? So Sony's strategy in the gaming space has 100% shifted. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's, you guys make the decision on your own. It's more about getting these games, again, on PC. I've been thinking for a long time, right? These multiplayer kind of games, this deviation stuff, obviously future Bungie things, even like The Last of Us Part 2's multiplayer, The Last of Us multiplayer, whatever you call it, I 100%, and I've been saying this for a while, 100% think it's probably, not like a battle royale, but it's probably a live service-esque game, and it probably comes out at least on PlayStation consoles and PC day one. Like, there's no waiting for it to go to PC. That's just because that's, you're going to get the most people you possibly can. It's been shown, to help in the past. So that's Sony's strategy. Now, I guess, and it's tough, right? Because we don't have the answers. We're not going to be able to see this until it's actually happening. I guess what I'm worried about is, can they do both things at once, right? We've talked a lot about that when it comes to, right, investing in small things or making these even like third-party deals, right, to keep certain games almost basically exclusive. Now, again, I'm not saying right or wrong, but this is Sony's strategy. This has been Sony's strategy. Can they do that while also doing other things, right? Expanding and buying a huge thing like Bungie, maybe buying something else, another big thing, or maybe something even bigger in the future, making it, again, more of like a live service kind of push, mobile stuff, right? They've talked about the mobile push that they're going to be doing as well during this kind of same time frame. And actually, I guess my personal opinion, I think it's a smart business move, right? Microsoft really, I think, has realized over the last several years that in order to expand, now again, does it lead to the greatest console sales success? Maybe not, but like, you just have people playing your games literally everywhere, except for, I guess, the main competition or the main competitor or whatever. And I think Sony's realizing that too, but also compiling it with what they perceive to be pretty successful things, these live service stuff. So, that's the discussion of, can they do both things at once, of buying these big companies while also investing in smaller ones. The new thing I'd like to talk about real fast is, can they do both things at once, making these 10, now this is from, this is Deviation, this is Bungie, this is Last of Us, this is this or that. Can they do all of that while also kind of sticking to their core model of, like engrossing single player things, these characters, these mascots that people love, the gameplay, the visuals, right, the graphics? Can they do both of those things? And I saw some, I don't remember who it was, and I didn't even take a screenshot, so that's my fault, but there was somebody on Twitter that I think actually did it, or put it really well, where they basically said they can do both things at once. Like, that's, to ask the question, can they, again, focus on this while also focusing on live service? They can absolutely do that. But does the quality of one or the other drop because of it? And I think that, that's a really good point. They obviously can, and they obviously will try to do both of these things at once. But can you get kind of boggled down, like an EA has done and stuff like that? Can you get boggled down in the live service kind of approach and kind of lose your way, right? It's tough because Sony's very big and they have a lot of developers, and maybe you have some developers doing, this live service stuff, and then the other ones that are just focusing on what they're focusing on, there may not be an issue. But I don't know. It's tough because, like, I feel like Sony's going to get flack for it, and I mean, that's fair, that's fine, because I think to, like, EA, and it's like, while they have basically a redemption story going on right now, Dragon Age, canceling that multiplayer. Remember, Dragon Age 4 was going to be pretty much like just multiplayer. They canceled that to just focus on the single player. They've been doing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. They've been doing some stuff to kind of win over fans, and I think they're doing really well. However, there's still that kind of black hole, the black spot on them where it's like, well, you're still incredibly predatory with those sports games. You know what I mean? So while I respect you and I like you in a way, or maybe more now, or people are gaining respect, while I respect you for these things, you also do this sports stuff, and I would prefer that you don't do that. You know what I mean? So that's going to be something with Sony where it's like, okay, well, maybe you can lay a blame on this studio or on this kind of practice, and then there's other ones that kind of even it out, right? You'll still get the God of Wars and whatnot, but then it's like, well, but they're still screwing us because like a lot, and I'm not, you know, and that's tough. I don't want to come across the wrong way because I know I'm kind of stating that it's doomed, that this live service, approach that they're doing, it's going to be predatory, it's going to have all these microtransactions. There's no guarantee that that's going to happen. You know what I mean? So I want to be, I guess, fair to them, but I am worried. My personal opinion is that live service, battle royale, I know they're kind of different, but like the live service approach has like doomed, not necessarily doomed, it's hurt the gaming industry so badly, and I think the gaming industry is so much worse off for these kind of, projects and games than they ever were before. Now, that's easy for me to say because if you think about it, the people that play Fortnite, the people that play Rocket League or Apex Legends, they vastly outnumber the people that play Uncharted or God of War or Horizon Forbidden. You know what I mean? So it's easy to say, and I believe it. I believe, live service games are not, our friend, generally. But that's easy for me to say when I don't play them, and I know that there's tens of millions, and that's what Sony sees, right? That's the tough thing where it's like, I get how Sony gets here because they see, oh my God, look at the money that can be made, look at the opportunity that can be made. Let's put Last of Us multiplayer. Let's make it a thing that we support for 5 years. Let's put it on PC. Let's put it on PlayStation, and let's go. Yeah, that's fine, but it better be like a good multiplayer. It better not be predatory, stuff like that. And that's something we'll have to judge as we go. So it'll be interesting. We'll have to see if them going into the mobile space, of them doing these 10 live service games in a 4-year span, right? And I don't think, this year they may launch one. So really, it's like a 3-year. It's 9 games. Because I think The Last of Us multiplayer will probably come out in the fall. So you really would have 3 years after that to launch 9 games. So 3 a year. And will that become too much? Will that backfire? Will them going into the mobile game space? What's the future going to look like? We'll have to see. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all my social media, along with my Patreon and YouTube memberships, are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.